You mentioned Thiago Splitter after the game. The interim head coach of your Portland Trailblazers, they lose to the Lakers, 123-115. Oh, by the way, a game above 500, and guess who's coming to town tomorrow night?
The Thunder.
The Thunder.
7-0 defending
Here's a fun fact.
champion Thunder.
How long will they go unbeaten for? Maybe we nip them
now,
on
you're
tomorrow.
hoping they're a little tired because they get the NBC 8 p.m. tip at Golden State tonight.
Are they not going to play anybody on Wednesday?
Well, I don't know what – they don't
know.
usually sit. They're not
Okay,
one of those
they're not
teams,
a low-managing
but
team?
Hold that because we'll see. Here's a fun fact
That's
for you.
so stupid.
According
might sit
to
out.
John Schumann of the NBA.com
Yeah.
Factoid Stat Department, Portland with L.A. last night, the Thunder tomorrow, Miami Saturday, and Orlando next Monday will have 4 straight games against teams who are coming into their back-to-back. It's the longest stretch for any other team in the NBA. So they have the Lakers coming off a back-to-back. That didn't matter. They have Oklahoma Wednesday coming on out of back-to-back. Miami in Miami this weekend on Saturday, and then they're at Orlando next Monday, and Orlando will be on a back-to-back. That's good for Portland. I don't know what that means
It's
for
good
who
for
plays.
Portland.
It's good
It's
for Portland,
also-
but it also isn't. I want to see how you stack up against teams at full strength. I'm so tired of these.
Yeah.
Meaningless is not the right word, but wins that don't matter as much as they should.
When you act, and look, LA is happy because they won, right?
Yes.
But when you actively play Nick Smith Jr. and sit Luka and Austin Reeves, you are kind of saying, yeah, we care about their health. We also don't really care about the 6th game of the season.
No, we're 5-2 going into this game. Luka's back and healthy. We're just going to rest him tonight, and if we lose, we lose. We're 6-3. Who cares? I think it can
It's
also
tough for fans, man.
It's tough for fans who buy tickets. It can also inflate your sense of team. I think this was one of the bigger questions I had about them in the second half of last year. We knew how good they were defensively. How many times did they play a team that wasn't playing their star player? You beat Denver. Guess who wasn't in the lineup?
Jokic.
Jokic. That happened so many times.
They
in the back half of
dictated
the year.
everything on that 40-game run.
Right.
Everything they're doing is all dictated
Yes.
off of that
And
result.
so many of those wins came against teams who were just resting their guys against you because they're playing Portland, and Portland's not very good, and they just, whatever, we're going to give up on the game. We're going to the playoffs, and they're not.
I know you have notes you want to get to here and thoughts from people out there, and I think kind of all of it is pretty fair. I think some of this is let's not go crazy here.
No.
It is one game. It's 7 games into such a long season.
Yeah.
Right now, the one thing I keep coming to in my mind, maybe the payoff will be there. I can't help but think, what are they hurting with right now? Now, injuries, you can't account for injury luck, but right now they're suffering with depth. You literally took a guy 16th that you can't play, and there's the guy you did pass that was in your backyard for the. It's hard right now.
And the free agent you signed, by the way, which is a great nostalgia play, and we can't wait to see him take the court again. He literally can't play this year.
Yeah,
you signed a free agent that can't play.
You don't have shooting, and you don't
right now.
really have a lot of offense.
No. Yeah, it led to that. I remember talking about that in the aftermath of the draft, and of course I was labeled, negative Nancy Dirt, which I always am whenever I'm just honest of my opinions on the organization, but that was my thought of where are we going now? Because it felt like when they drafted him, that's a project, and I'm not opposed to taking projects in the draft if it can pan into something, and maybe Hansen, I'm not saying 6 games into his career he's not going to be anything, but you would just also kind of had this thought process of, all right, we're building. We're extending guys. Next year's the year we kind of push. It's Dame's back. It's winning time now. And then we use a first-round pick on a guy who's probably not going to – I view him, to be honest with you, the same way Ryan Rupert is being used right now. How many minutes per game is he playing right now?
Ooh, what did he finish with?
He didn't play
night?
a second last night, and
Which
you
is
have no
kinda
depth.
jarring that he didn't play.
Sissoko's playing over him now.
Yeah, Sissoko had some moments. But
one guy's a second-round pick and the other guy's a first-round pick. It just, again – that's been one of my overall criticisms of the last handful of years of what route are you going here?
Well,
is this a long-term projection? Is this it's winning time we can play for the play-in? Because Young Hansen's not going to help you at all this year.
Well, so the other on Rupert, I don't know why he didn't play. I know we have cuts from Splitter, but the one thing I would say is people were pretty critical of Splitter last night with rotations. Totally get it. I also watched Ryan Rupert shoot 2 threes that just hit glass and no rim. And when you do that,
not playing either.
You kind of make me a little nervous and untrustworthy. The other
Rain
thing,
Man!
the other thing on Young is obviously the development thing, but at the absolute ceiling of Young Hansen, what does that mean for your lineup and Donovan?
Yes, who was another top 10 pick.
Well, but they're the same position.
Yeah.
So like, are you
in back-to-back drafts?
So his ceiling is you're just a good backup big,
or is the guy you took at the top 10 the backup to Chinese Jokic?
Well, I don't have any indication that that's the case.
No,
right?
I'm just saying, in best case scenario, Young turns into something that's a difference maker. You're not going to likely play in the modern NBA. You can't play those guys at the same time.
Yeah, just something
Maybe
to keep
for 5
watching is
minutes.
some of the depth and the young pieces around the league. Like Carter Bryant's not playing a whole lot for the Spurs.
No, he's the guy we talked about.
They do like the defense he plays when he's getting minutes, and Cedric Howard is having a great start. But again, it's 8 games into the season.
Very early. Here is Thiago Splitter, so we know they're short on guys, missing some players, talking about Wesley and Thibault being out.
I think CD did a good job. He brought energy, but it's not enough from the rest of the guys. I think Rob was good on offense. On defense, not there yet. I think he still needs some rhythm. But Kayla got to do a better job defensively. But like I said, everyone got to step up. I think the whole team was just not there defensively.
Yeah, I don't think Caleb Love's known for playing. I don't think that's going to be a strength. He'll come in and shoot, and he'll get hot. I don't know if that's
how many
the guy
teams is Caleb Love playing?
You're trying to hang your hat on him.
But then again,
coming
Nick
in.
Smith had a night,
He did, and I'm sure Caleb Love will have a game like that at some
Caleb
point.
Love will have one.
He'll
of
have
those.
one.
He'll get on a heater and have 24, and
He'll have a Delano Banton game.
yeah,
He for sure will, and we'll talk ourselves into this guy
Modison
being.
and the Blazer Maniacs will lose their minds.
Love is love. He also talked about, I think one of the things that I've been wondering early in the year, their style when it works is really fun, like pressing full court and pressuring and tempo.
It's hard to do 82 games.
It's hard to do.
and especially when your rotation gets cut down to 7 or 8 guys.
And here is Thiago Splitter on that.
Could be, but NBA is like this. Everybody's in a tough schedule. Everybody gotta play hard, and we wish we were not there tonight.
That was him on the fatigue, just the idea of it, how it looks down the road. That is one of the concerns. But again, it's one game, so we're breaking down the game, but it's no grand takeaways at all. The question I do have about Shaedon, and the numbers aren't quite as jarring as they were last night. So last night he was 8 of 17 from the floor, 1 of 7 from 3. He finally hit that 3, and I think he started 0 of 6, I want to say.
Yeah, he definitely started 0 for 6.
And then made the 3, and he kind of had that look at the heavens, hey, finally. And the thing about him shooting threes is that. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend as I remember every single 3 that he's taken this year. The majority of the time I see him taking a shot, and you've pointed this out a ton, it's like I'm not saying, why are you shooting that? I'm saying, you're open, shoot the ball.
Yep.
And then he just isn't making it. And his 3-point percentage is bad. He was 1 of 7 last night. His numbers from 2 have been largely good this year. Like he was 7 of 10 outside of his threes last night from the floor. He was 4 of 7 the game before, 2 of 6, 6 of 10, 4 of 9, 6 of 15, and then he had the clunker in the opener, 2 of 11.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just wondering, again, 7 games is too small of a sample size. How long does the sample size continue, if at all, until you say, maybe instead of taking that open 3, you're just going to drive and take an elbow jumper? Does that ever come into equation?
I just don't think that's what the league.
The modern NBA will
really
not allow
is.
you to do that?
Well, he's comfortable shooting it. He's just not making it. And that you can say, well, I don't care if you're comfortable. If you're not making it, stop shooting it. But
right.
That's not what this is. Not to compliment say he's going to be this, but Anthony Edwards did this last year. He upped his 3-point attempts per game last year. He started pretty terribly. I think one of his games in Portland, he was something like 1 for 9.
I remember that. And it was why is he taking so many threes?
Yeah,
Stop.
And look, he eventually got that corrected a little bit. And again, I don't think he'll be Anthony Edwards, but I just don't. People screaming to stop shooting. I just don't think that's what they're going to tell him to do. And I don't think he's going to. I think he's going to shoot those shots. I'm a little concerned about the handle. It's a little sloppy. It's a little Jaylen Brownish. He has these moments where he dribbles and just kind of loses it. That's kind of concerning. I also watched him have a really good second half versus what he was in the first. What he finished with 23 last night.
23 points, yeah.
And I'm watching him shoot a free throw, and it just doesn't even look like he's sweating. And I'm like, this guy's getting 23, and it doesn't feel like he's maybe even pressing the gas all the time.
Sure. He's just kind of idling. He's on autopilot a little bit.
I'm not saying his effort's not there. It
No,
doesn't
it's not
look like
playing
somebody
hard.
that's given everything to get to 30 points. Whereas if he does look like that, what does he have?
Yeah.
And so he has to do more. He gave him a $90 million contract. It can't just be...
Especially when you're not finding offense from anywhere else.
when
Like,
Drew's
he has to
struggling.
be a guy that you can rely on.
He has to be that guy. That's what the contract is for. Jeremy's doing his part of the sixth man. Drew's had a good year, but Drew did not play well last night.
No.
And again, Denny kind of has tunnel vision once the team shows that their offense is struggling. So their half-court offense, I think, is just going to keep kind of sucking.
It's going to be rough. On nights where they can't turn you over a ton and get you out in transition and fast break points, I want to say they showed the fast break points, if I could talk, at some point in the second half, and it wasn't that big of a gap. They only had 15 or 17 or whatever point I saw it in the second half. That's something they're going to try and rely on. And now the Thunder come to town tomorrow, but as you guys are pointing out, they play tonight at the 8 p.m. late tip on the Peacock, and so do we get a tired OKC team tomorrow? Do we get a shorthanded team because they're resting guys and they're managing guys for Wednesday? It just, look, there's ups and downs early in the season. The Blazers are an unfinished product. The things that I was concerned about coming into the year are things that I am still concerned about now, and that is depth, especially with injuries, and where do you go for half-court offense when you need to? And they desperately need Shaedon to take on a bigger role offensively.
Yeah.
I think his shots will eventually start falling. I'm just asking aloud if at any point during the sample size do you say...
Well, should they be shooting 43s as a team is what I would say.
And I know that a lot of those for Shaedon are open, but it's like when you're 7 of 10 from the floor and it feels like you can get to the hoop almost whenever you want because you're such a freakish athlete... I don't know. Just something to keep in mind, something to watch. They play OKC tomorrow night.
In terms of usage rate, so
Yeah.
this is interesting. Zion is at 32.8%. Austin's at 33. Austin Reeves at 33%. Giannis is at 36.1%. Luke is at 41.8%. Shaedon is also in the 100 percentile at 29.
Wow. Okay. We
That's
going to
higher
trade
than
for Zion? Can we trade for Zion? They're winless, aren't they? You want Zion? Is skinny Zion having a good year?
I don't want that.
What's it take to get him?
Get me out of that business.
Let's go get John Morant.
I mean, I think anybody with a pulse at this point would help their offense.
Let's get
but-
John Morant and Zion. Can we trade for both those guys?
Can we go back and get the Wimby?
Yeah, let's go get that ping pong
Can we
ball.
get that Wimby back?
Can we trade for that ping pong ball? That'd be pretty cool.
By the way, Scoot's, got to come back to the lineup.
He
at some
will.
point,
At some
I think.
point, you will get Scoot back, which they need another guy who can score and create his own shots.
God,
Scoot can
Nick
do
Smith Jr. Remember that Dallas Maverick Farrell kid? What was his name? Yogi Farrell?
that. Yogi?
Remember the Yogi Farrell game?
I don't remember the Yogi Farrell game.
You don't remember that?
No.
It was a random
Yogi was from Cal, wasn't
he was
he?
a 10-day contract
just
cat.
cooked him.
It was his first game with the Mavs, and he cooked him for like 20-plus points. He ended up getting a 2-year contract out of that game.
Out of one game?
That was Nick Smith Jr. to us last night.
He cooked us last night, man. It's going to happen.